Hey everyone, welcome back to Down the Rabbit Hole. Today, I'm diving into one of the creepiest unsolved mysteries in American history, the Cleveland Torso Murders. Picture this: the Great Depression, a gritty industrial city, and a killer so twisted they didn't just murder, they butchered. Over a dozen victims, heads missing, bodies drained of blood, and a case so baffling even the legendary Elliot Ness couldn't crack it. Grab a snack, maybe not too close to dinner, and let's get into it. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss more stories like this. It all started in September 1935 in Cleveland, Ohio, a city already struggling under the weight of the Depression. Two boys stumbled across something horrific in Kingsbury Run, a rundown area full of shanty towns and train tracks. Two male bodies decapitated, lying just feet apart. One was identified as Edward Andraschi, a small-time crook known around town. The other, never ID'd. Here's where it gets weird. Both bodies were washed clean, drained of blood, and the cuts were precise, like someone knew their way around a scalpel. Oh, and Andraschi's head turned up later, but the second guy's never did. Pause for effect. Police were stumped. No blood at the scene meant the killings happened somewhere else, and the killer dumped them here. Then, just 4 months later, in January 1936, a woman found a burlap sack behind a butcher shop. Inside, a woman's torso chopped into pieces. Her head and some parts were missing, but fingerprints identified her as Florence Polillo, a local barmaid. Same clean cuts, same eerie bloodless state. Cleveland had a serial killer on its hands, and they weren't slowing down. By 1938, the body count was climbing, officially 12, though some say as high as 20. Most victims were drifters or folks on society's fringes, found in Kingsbury Run or nearby spots like the Cuyahoga River. The killer had a signature decapitation, often while the victim was still alive, and dismemberment with surgical precision. Some bodies were bisected, others chemically treated to hide evidence. One guy, dubbed the Tattooed Man for his 6 tattoos, was found in a creek. Head gone, identity a mystery to this day. What's wild is how bold this killer was. Cleveland was buzzing with steel mills and rail yards, people everywhere, yet they moved bodies without getting caught. Theories started flying: a rogue surgeon, a butcher, maybe even someone tied to the mob. But no leads stuck. The press called him the Mad Butcher of Kingsbury Run, and the city was terrified. Enter Elliot Ness, the guy who took down Al Capone. By 1935, he was Cleveland's safety director, tasked with cleaning up crime. This case became his obsession. Ness chased every lead, interrogated suspects, even raided Kingsbury Run's shanty towns, burning them down in 1938 to flush the killer out. Bold move, right? Some think it worked. The murders slowed after that. But others say it just alienated the people who might have had clues. One suspect stood out: Dr. Francis Sweeney, a WWI vet and surgeon with a drinking problem. He fit the profile: surgical skills, mental instability, and failed 2 polygraphs Ness gave him in secret. But here's the kicker: Sweeney checked himself into a mental hospital, and with no hard evidence, Ness couldn't pin him. Did he get away with it? We'll circle back to that. The last official victim popped up in August 1938. A woman's torso in a dump, her head nearby in a can. After that, the killing stopped, or at least the bodies did. Ness left Cleveland in 1942, frustrated, and the case went cold. Sweeney died in a VA hospital in 1964, taking any secrets with him. Some say he was the guy, others think the real killer slipped away or died. Today, the Cleveland Torso Murders are a haunting what if. Was it a doctor gone mad, a ritualistic psycho, or just someone really good at disappearing? Over 80 years later, we've got no DNA matches, no confessions, just a pile of questions and a nickname that still gives chills. That's the Cleveland Torso Murders. Gruesome, bizarre, and unsolved. What do you think? Was Sweeney the Mad Butcher, or is the truth still out there? Drop your theories in the comments, and if you liked this dive into the dark side, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. We've got more mysteries coming your way. See you next time.